Yes, good morning. Today we are going to start with the unit second. And all of you know that what is the unit second? That is CV with job application. So first of all, I would let you know that what is CV and how we have to make it. And because CV plays a very important role while you have to produce in front of the interviewer. So it should give a brief account of your personality, your education, and they would come to know that what that the qualification which they want. So still that accordingly they would give you like questions and something, and they would ask you. So first of all, I would start that with the what is CV. So here CV. So as it is written here that CV is a short for the Latin phrase curriculum vitae. The meaning of this is course of life. Okay, so course of life is the meaning of this phrase. So here CV. CV is a 2 or 3 pages long. So here that summarizes your educational qualification, work experience, and achievements. The next point is that it is attached to applications for job, internship, or scholarships and submitted to the administrative head of the organization. That means when you have that means you have to write one cover letter, and we say to cover letter as a job application also. So with that we have to attach this one, and then we say one more word, we say it as what we say is the resume. So resume, what is exactly resume? There is slight difference because we generally we interchange these words. So resume here it is a little a bit shorter document about your qualifications and others. So it is, and CV it is of 2 pages of length, more than 2 or 2 pages of length. But resume generally of 1 page, or at most it could be for 2 pages. So next one, what should you include in a CV? So what do you think that what should be there in a CV? First time you are preparing a CV, and you have to you don't know what kind of information is CV required. So here the first thing is that personal information. This is very important that you should uh, put your personal information in it. And what are these personal information? Like name, age, contact details, etc. Second one that would come, that is educational qualification. So here, where you have you done your schooling, your college, and even the professional courses. Professional courses here means that like your BA course or your BTech course, and the next one is special skills. Special skills. That means what kind that do you have extra skills for the particular post, and what are these kind of extra skills, like your typing, that you are tech savvy, or you are aware with the knowledge, and you have the knowledge of computer, and even the languages known. If you have, nowadays we generally focus that a person should have one extra language also, because at this time, during the time of this globalization, so what we think that person at least would have one more extra language they should be knowing. Next one is achievements. You can add in your resume achievements also. So what are these achievements? That means your scholarship, your awards, your fellowships. So next one is work experience. See, if you are the fresher, so obviously you won't have any work experience. But if you have work experience, then you have to write all the details. Where did you work earlier, and what kind of the job, and the duration. That is very important. And next one, what we are discussing here, that is extracurricular activities. That means it shows your participation in other than academic qualification, or what we can say that whether you what kind of hobbies do you have, and are you using those hobbies in your workplace also, and you have a kind of talent, or would you be able to participate, or would make the people or the students or the other one to participate in the particular event. So these extracurricular activities, these give you the extra strength and to your personality. And whenever the interviewer would see these what we say that like extracurricular activity or participation, and how the kind of the person you are, so obviously they would consider these points also. So next one is that some important points or guidelines to follow while preparing a CV. So how can we prepare the CV? So what are the guidelines we should follow? These guidelines are like, always follow the reverse chronological order when writing your educational qualifications or work experience. See, whenever you are writing your when you have come to the point for, at the educational qualification. So at that point, you have to start from the very recent the qualification and the work experience. Suppose you have recently you worked in a college as an assistant professor, and after that, before that, you had worked in a school. So what would be the criteria according to this? That the you have to arrange this from the college experience as an assistant professor, and second one qualification would the work experience would come here. That is your experience in the school. So for instance, example is also given here. What is the example? The most recent degree. This is in case of educational qualification. So here the recent degree, that means you have master, and you have done master in English, and before now you are doing, or you have completed your MPhil course also. So what will be come first? That is your MPhil. MPhil degree would come first, and after that you have to mention your master degree. Next point, we are taking the next point. What is the next point? Next point is, when you write about your achievements, list specific ones. You have to only write the specific ones. You should not write each and everything. So suppose you have certain like of the activities you have done in your achievements, achievements like your school achievements in junior section, what you have achieved, awards or fine medals. So you should avoid those. So you should write only the achievement specific that is relevant to the particular job you have applied for. And next one is, avoid statements. Your statement should be formal, first thing. Second, it should be concise, and you should avoid the statements like this: I love to read, or I'm very hardworking. So instead of that, you have to use like the words interested in reading, and what kind of the books, like knowledgeable books and in literature, and are very hardworking. So instead of that, you can use the word diligent or hardworking. So next one is the point which you have to consider while you are preparing your CV. So what is that point? Always mention dates for ending, sorry, for both beginning and ending, and exact duration of previous job or internships, etc. So suppose you have worked somewhere, like I gave the example. You worked in a college as assistant professor, and you started your job in January session, and after that, till you have completed till the end of the March. So from the first of January to the 2022 30th June 2020. So you have to specify your date. So here, don't use abbreviations. You should not write abbreviations. Instead of that, you have to write the complete name. Like here, suppose you have done your graduation, your master's degree from University of Delhi. So instead of writing DU, no, you should not write the DU. So it's an abbreviation. So you have to write University of Delhi. Next one is, mention only those awards that are 5 years old. So here, that means which earlier I had discussed that you should not write from the junior section till the right now. So just the 5 years back till that you what you have the achievements or awards, you should mention only those. Next one point you should consider while you are writing your CV. So what are these points? These points are you don't need to mention prizes you won when you were in junior school. So already I have discussed these points. So next one, so this is a sample that how can you create your curriculum Bible. So what was the first point which I discussed? Personal information. So here these are this is the exactly this is the like your address where you are living and your contact number and email ID, whatever is there, you have to write here. Then next point, which is very important. So what do you want to do here? So that suppose you are applying here for the TGT or primary school teacher. So here, so what is your career objective? So here your career objective will be that that position as a primary school teacher or TGT school teacher in a progressive school that allows teachers to be creative with syllabus. So this is the very important and the first point the interviewer would see that what is your career objective. You should not write that your career objective is to get the higher package and salary or something else. So here your career objective should be like clear to you that what exactly and what is the demand of the your the position where you are going to be. So that one according to think about that as a teacher, what would be the requirement from the person who is applying for the job. So you have to write this career objective accordingly. Next point. See here there isn't any fixed like format, but still I have written the personal qualification at the end because here the interviewer or the selection committee. So they would get familiar first with your qualification, whether you are the qualified person for the this thing or not. So rest of the things would follow later. So here educational qualification. There are two ways to write your educational qualification. First, you can write in columns, like in the tabular form, which I have printed right now. And second, the option is that you can just write educational qualification plus then in point system you can write B.Ed from this university and the year. And after that, it means that it should be in statement form, in a statement form. So I think this will be the tabular. I prefer tabular form because it gives a clear picture about your qualification. The exam, the interviewer, you would get to know that exactly what you have done and what your like performance also. So here the next point, which I'm telling you, that work experience. So here the person who has applied for TGT English or for PGT English. First of all, while you are creating your CV. So because right now you are not in position that you are going to apply something and you haven't got the degree in your hand. So you are just imagining because the situation will be given to you. The examiner would give the situation to you and according to the situation you have to write your CV. So if you are writing your CV and examiner would have given, here I have taken the example like the TGT or primary teacher. So here what the examiner may ask you that you are going to apply for the post of assistant professor in a particular college. So imagine imagine a character accordingly and you write the CV. So here you should know that for that particular post, what should be the qualification, what is the demand that you should have done. Like suppose you are appearing for the interview for the assistant professor. So obvious there is net is required, PhD degree is also required, and so you should know all these things, and then accordingly you have to create your CV. So you should have knowledge of the educational qualification plus other desirable or essential whatever the need of the recruiters. So accordingly, you have to prepare your CV. So here, like someone has, I have created this one. That's all at St. Mary's School English teacher to class 6 to 10, because the person here is applying about, so for the school job. So she already has sorted these schools. So she has mentioned all this. Same here. The next one. So achievements. What are the achievements? If you have just completed your graduation and after that you have done your BA course and then you are going directly for the job. So here obviously you won't have other achievements like in the previous job. What did you get the award? So here you just mentioned that what are the got second position in this one, and then acted and place reduced by K to group C. This will give you the strength to your personality. Why? Because as a teacher, your role should be active. The schools or the educational institutes, they always demand the person who can help or who can assist the students in the to participate or to organize particular activities. And after that, see, I have put it at the end because if you are not writing your career objective, then it would be better that you after the address or your whereabouts. So then you can write this personal details. But if you are writing the career objective, after that obviously you need that you should write your educational qualification. So personal details, you can write the personal details. What kind of the personal your first details are the like date of birth, gender, even father's name also you can include in this one, and then the nationality and languages. Next one is extracurricular activities. See, earlier you had given that you had acted or participated in theatre. So here, extracurricular activities, they would give the glimpse of your personality and what the kind of the person you are here. You, the recruiter or the employer would get to know. So acting and singing is my hobby. You have converted that hobby into the into your the demand of your job. So if you say that this is my hobby, but you want to include or you want to use this hobby to train the students. So fond of traveling and writing. See, this is also very important thing that you as a teacher you have interested writing also. At the end, you can write the references. Whether if you have if you already if you have work experience, so you can give the references of your previous employer. It would give weightage to that because previous employer it that would that it would show that you have worked how you have worked there and what kind of the relationship you had with the working environment. Next one is nowadays people are adding this one also. What is that? Place, Delhi and date. So I guess these points would be helpful to you to create an impressive CV. So now we are moving toward the next. That is a PPT. And what is this PPT about? This is the voices. So there are two kind of voice, all of you know in grammar. And what are these? Active voice and the passive voice. So what is the voice? First of all, you should know this thing very well because you are as much as yesterday also I pointed out that because you are have taken fluency in English, so might be you have done English till the 10th level. So you might have done at that time at the schooling, like you have not seriously taken this one, but still you should know, and it is the part of the syllabus also. So be conscious of it and try to learn what are the important points. Please try to note down them also, and because you have to jot down the important points. So first of all, what is voice? Voice is the term used to describe whether a verb is active or passive. So the verb here in voice, verb and subject. These two elements they play an important role. So here, in other words, we can say when the subject of the verb, see already I have told there are two types of verbs. First is active and second one is passive. So what is active voice? Active voice is that when the subject of the verb is doing the action of verb. That means you can see like uh, a person or your sibling, he is having a cup of tea. Okay, so or he is eating a banana. So what would you see? You can see the person is doing the action. That person who is doing the action, that means your subject is we know that the your brother or your sister who is having banana, he is or she is the subject. They are doing some action. You can see, even you can visualize the thing that the person is doing action. What is the action is going on? So he is having banana or eating banana. So here, so direct action. He is taking the direct action. You can see, but we can say this thing in another way also. And what is the other way? That the banana is being eaten by my brother or sister. So what first thing comes here? So your focus is banana. Now the action has shifted toward the object. Earlier, what was the object? That is banana. So the typical example, Ram eats banana here. So here Ram is the subject, is the verb, and the banana, that is object. In first case, and if I have to convert this one into the passive voice, so how would you say that banana is eaten by Ram? So here, the action is going on banana. The first thing is coming in your mind. That is banana. Banana is here on which the action has taken. So here, the very important thing is that while you convert the sentence from the active voice to passive voice, so first thing you have to keep in your mind that in this case, tense never changes. Present tense remain present tense, and the past tense, it remains past tense. Future, and it will be in future only. So you should not mix it with the narration, which we say as direct and indirect. There you can see the shift in the tenses. So here, what you have to think that the tense we should not change at all. Tense should remain in the same one where you have started. So here, just I gave you example. That is Ram eats banana. So here eats banana. This is present in definite tense. And when we have to change convert it into passive voice. So at that time also your tense would remain the same. It should be in present tense only. So what is that? Banana is eaten by Ram. Is showing that your sentence or is in present tense. So here, let's see that in this diagram, you can conclude that what is active voice. Here, so already I have told the active voice is that where subject is performing the action. So subject is performing the action, and what if you visualize the image, Ram is standing. He has banana in his hand and he is eating. And then the first thing you can see Ram, he is doing action. And in the second case, passive voice. In the passive voice, your first thing you will see banana. You will not see Ram. You will see banana, and then the rest of the things will go accordingly. So here, the active voice. What is active voice? The dog ate a turkey. Turkey is a bird. So here, what is that? Here, the dog. It is subject. This is it. It is in past tense. This is in past tense and past indefinite. Always say it as simple tense also. So the dog ate turkey. So here, how would you convert it? The subject is here, dog, and this is the verb. He is doing this action. and this is active verb. And when we go, we have to change it. So how would it happen? See, first in first slide, what you saw first, dog, and in the second slide, what is your this object? Object has come to the place of the subject. So here now the subject is turkey, the bird. Okay, so the subject is our turkey. What I told you, it should remain in the same tense. So what is tense here? It was in past tense, so it should be in past tense only. You cannot convert it into the present tense. So this is our turkey was eaten by the dog. So here this is the main subject, or this is the main which the part of this statement here it has occupied a prime role. So there are some examples also. What are these examples? He ate the pies. So how would you convert it? Ate. First of all, you have to see that you have to see that what is the in which tense is the this your verb. So you have to focus here on verb. If verb is in present, then it should be in present. If in past, it should be in past. And then if it is in future, then it will go in future. So here, when in the present, so I will show you one one tabular form in the tabular form that how can you convert these from active to passive. So here, the first one, this is in past. So this is the pie. Pie, this is object. This is subject. In this case, what would happen? The pies. Pies will take the place of the subject, and that means object will come to the subject place and were eaten by Lee. Next is we play. Play. Now it is in present tense. So in present tense, so it should be also in the present tense. So hopscotch is played. When if there is was, this will show, this helping verb will tell you that this is in present tense. So the next one slide which I have written some future tense sub sentences. What are these? The sharks will attack the cage. So here the passive voice will come as the cage. Cage, it has taken the place of shark. So the cage will be attacked. Here will be. See, you just try to see the sentence. I have given you examples first so that you can deduce your that what would be the rule. It will come how the rules will come. So become sorry. So how here when there is shall or will, then we have to write be and then the third form. So here whenever you are converting the second conclusion, you have seen that the first conclusion from the sentences you have found that the present tense will not change. Tense will remain the same. Second conclusion, what you have found that it would go that the verb that it would come in the past tense. Third form of the verb. So you have to write the third form of the verb. Next one, again, third form in all passive voices. You have to convert accordingly. So this is the exactly the rules you have to follow. So what kind of these rules are first one, tense, present tense. How can we identify these? Is, am, are, and then first form, and then we write the third form of the verb. So whenever you have to convert, then you have to write accordingly the number of noun or the position of noun, first person, second person, or in third person. Accordingly, you have to use these ones, and then always third form. Third form in all cases, you would see that third form, you can see third form in all cases. So here, this is third form, here third form, given. So even here in the perfect tense, then also we are using the third form. These are the basic rules. That is MR plus third form if the sentence is in continuous tense. So continuous tense, he is running or he is eating banana. So he is eating banana. So how would you convert? It is being. Is being is MR. He is eating a banana. So what I'm telling you, a banana is being. Then you have to add this more. This one extra word is being. The banana is being eaten by Ram. So here though, if it is in the perfect tense. So perfect tense, how would you change it? As have had, according to the number of or the person like the number of the things as or have. You know that if the for the singular we use as and for the plural things we use have. So if accordingly you have to write here and the being whenever you have to convert from active to passive being, active to passive, the perfect tense. So perfect tense would you would add this more thing. This is the third form. Third form, then you have to write because always according to the rule as have had. After that, we always use the third form, and after then again this one. So applying if we are applying all these rules accordingly, you would be able to change the uh, active voice into the passive. See the main thing which I want to tell you that the following four types of sentences cannot be changed into passive voice. See, what we have figured out here, we have figured out that infected, present, indefinite, we can convert into. But we cannot convert future continuous tense. We cannot convert this into no change. You have seen here. And perfect, and after that, there is fourth one tense also. That is for present perfect continuous tense. I have not written that here. Why? Because we cannot convert them. So here this is the very important thing you have to keep in your mind, and even you have to note it down that present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous, and future continuous. These four the tenses we cannot change at all. So the next slide, which is that is I also want to include that is this is also a part of your subject. So of your syllabus, and according to the syllabus subject verb agreement. We say it concept also. So subject verb agreement, there are certain rules. Sometimes we get confused whether I have to write here is, has, was, have, or are, were, whatever. So what can I write here? So there are certain rules you have to follow. Subject verb concord that is agreement between the subject and verb. Subject according to the subject, you have to write the verb helping verbs accordingly. So here, what is the first rule? See, I know we have only there's three sections are sorry sections. We have to complete all the syllabus, all the 5 minutes plus grammar plus literature. So I'm a little faster. So I'm just giving you overview. You have to practice yourself. And if you have any query, you can write me. And after that, I can after before the 10 minutes of concluding this one, I would take the queries. But still, I know it's not easy to get all the things in one shot. But still, try to understand, try to write these, and so that you can apply these in your practice. And your paper, it would won't be directly like yesterday also I told that it won't be like direct question from anywhere. So you have to focus some here that how to write blog, how to write diary, and from your literature part, the situation would be given to you, and the examiner would ask you that you write diary entry according to the situation given by. So you need to practice, practice, and practice. So even I yesterday also I told that you go to go through the study material given by the SOL. So you download that one and try to find, and there is very, it is elaborated at length, and you can go and see and try to practice because answers are also given there. So here in the very short, I can say you that with the singular, it is, was, when there is singular subject is singular. So is, was, has. These three verbs we follow. So with the plural, are, were, have. So he is when he is going. So here he is the singular and they are going. So they are plural noun, and they. So that's why we are. You know these basic things. So I guess we should shift towards something more complicated. What is that? That is you as well as. So as well as this is the third A. Third A. What is that? When the two singular subjects they are joined by and with this word. This is conjunction. This is the part of the speech. And there are 8 parts of speech I told yesterday. And conjunction. While the two subjects are singular subjects. Here the focus is in two or more singular subjects. They are joined by and then we follow plural verb. Plural verb. So here Shashi and Indu, they are singular subject and then they are joined together. So so that's why I have underlined this one. They are sisters. But according to the rule, if the two or more singular subjects are joined by and, then you have to write the plural. Again, you, he, and I. Play, this is we write for the as word we if there is plays if I write here plays, so it would be wrong because according to the past is definite, then uh, you have to put s uh, s so that it shows that the subject is singular. So here for the plural we are using play. So when two subjects are joined, next one point, when two subjects are joined where this phrase as well as. So what would you write here? So according to the rule, the verb agrees with the first subject. This one is the first. This is subject one, and this is subject two. You. So there are two subjects, and the first subject I, second subject is you. According to the rule, as well as the verb agrees with the first subject. Your verb will go according to the first subject while you are writing as well as you are using this phrase. So here we are writing here M. It will go with this first. And suppose you is here, you as well as I. If it is written here, you as well as I. So what would be here? R, because according to the rule, the first subject would decide what would be the verb here. So I guess it's quite clear to all of you. Next one, the third point, third point, third point, 3.3 point or 3.c, that is when two or more singular. See, we generally get confused here also. What shall I write? It's a singular verb or is the first, is the for the singular one, or we use for the plural one. So here, what is this is so what according to this rule, when two or more singular subjects are connected by or, nor, either or, these two words, they come in pair. We use them in pair, either or, neither or. Either we pronounce it either also, or we pronounce it either also, because there is um, generally we are following in like American English and British English. I use British English because this is the standard English, and even when there is any kind of confusion or any kind of the dispute and using the pronunciation, we are always told that follow Oxford Dictionary. So according to the Oxford Dictionary, pronunciation should be either, not neither. Either will be for the American. You can use. We are free. We can use any kind of. But while we are using this in the like informal situation, and if you are using one language, so it depends on you that which kind of language. But the formal language is British language. So here neither or these two also would come in the pair. So they take a verb which agrees with the letter subject. The subject which would come the letter. This is the first one, and this is the second one. So or nor, I either take address with the letter. So here, what is either you? What I said, this will come in pair. Either you or he. So the verb will agree with this. Is second one. He has. If you if we if you is here in the place of he, so it would be either he or you have stolen the watch. In the same case is here, because what is the neither he nor his friend is guilty, as we are, this is underlined. So is so here this is singular, and because it is singular, so that's why it will be also the verb which we use for the singular one. So here it will be clear now. So either he or his companion were guilty. So what we use here, verb, this we use for the plural one. So here either he or his companions, they are in plural. His companions might be 2 or 3 person or more than that. So it is in plural form, so it would agree. So according to this, it would go with the latter subject with this one. This will immediately it will follow this. Okay. So here, next one, either he, her parents, or she. See, now you have seen the shift. That this is the plural and this is the singular one. So here, it according to the rule, it would come according to this subject. So what is the last subject, and it would follow according to the subject, whether it is singular or plural. So next one, rule. What is the rule? Either, neither, each, every, or everyone are followed by a singular verb. So here, singular verb. See here. Here we have taken the things or, nor, either in pair, neither in pair case. For this, the rule will go according to the letter one subject. So here we are taking either, neither. Here we are not using or, we are not using. This is the singular. We are taking this in singular, single one. Like so here either, neither. We are not taking either or, neither nor. No, we are saying, I'm saying either, neither, each, everyone are followed by the singular verb. See the examples. So here either of the two brothers, where there is these words. This is the shortest way you can understand. You can use correct verbs. So otherwise, the practice makes a man perfect. All of you know. The more you practice, the more you use these words in your spoken English, then you will learn. You may do mistakes also, but forget those mistakes, and then try to speak. This is the only way to speak in English, that you have to speak. This is our second language. We can do mistakes, and do not fear that if you do mistakes, somebody will make fun of you or mock at you. No, forget those things. You have to you have your focus only in the spoken, that you are. The more you will speak, the more you will learn, because our tongue, our brain, when they coordinate together, and then when it would become habitual, so automatically you will use these words in daily basis. Until you are speaking English, you will not be able to speak, because if you have the knowledge of good written English, still the people cannot speak English well, because they have not gone through the practice. It needs practice. So you just practice and practice, and try to rectify. If you find that you have done some mistakes, so try to rectify, try consult grammar books, and then you will be able to control those mistakes also. So here either of the two brother is guilty. So here what I said, wherever these things will come or these words will come, you have to think nothing, you have to just write the singular form. This is singular, neither of these two roads. We are talking about two, but the word is here neither. If neither is there, then you have to singular form. Again, each of them is each, you see each, the word, and just you put the singular, the verb for the single person. So every staff honors. This is also for the first, and this is past, present indefinite. And next one is every one of the girls likes her dress. So uh, again, you just follow the rule, and according to the rule, you just write the verbs. But I would suggest you practice needs practice. You cannot learn in one day, and you may do mistakes, but you just do practice. So the fourth one is that when two singular nouns refer to the same person is being referred, and two singular nouns refer to the same thing. So then we will write. So what is the example? My friend and colleague has come. So these two subjects, they are referring one thing. Two, one is friend and colleague. He is coming, has come. So next one is the B part, which we are taking here. If the two subjects together express one idea, two things are there and they are expressing one idea. For example, rice and curry is my favorite dish. So here rice and curry, it makes a complete dish. You are not having rice separate and then curry. You are not eating rice and after that you are eating curry. So you are mixing these two things together, and those two things together, when these the things would make a whole. So at that point you consider it a singular, and while you are considering it singular, then you have to use the verb accordingly. And if you are taking these two things separately, they are not part of the dish, but they are not the part of one dish. So you are having rice, you are eating after 10 minutes you are eating curry. So then it might be the different case. Slow and steady. This also gives the one these two words. They combine these two things in a one singular. This is a kind of group, and it makes the if you will write here the or use the first singular you verb for the singular. So next point which I have skipped, sorry. So what is that? When a plural noun expresses some specific quantity or amount considered as a whole, the verb is in singular. Plural noun expresses some specific quantity, then the verb is in singular. So here 900 rupees. Here this, so though this is like plural, but still here you have 900 rupees in your hand. So then also we will use the singular verb. 20 kilometers. It is a stretch. It is talking about a stretch of 20 kilometers. So 20 kilometers is a long journey. So you are not considering 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. No, these are those, they are plural, but still you are considering one stretch. You have to cover 20 kilometers within like 2 hours or something. So that means you are considering a span, that is a one. Once in one stretch, you have to complete 20 kilometers. So that means one, this is plural, but still it makes one. When it makes one, then you have to use the singular form. So next point, what is the fifth one? With the number of the nouns that follow the verb when sentence starts with there. This is very easy, and we do not do mistake here. So what is here? There were many. So after you know this will decide. This will decide what would be the verb. Either it is singular or the plural. So here exactly it is written here with the number of the nouns that follow the verb when the sentence starts with there. There. This is the there. So when it starts with this. So what I am telling that there are six, and if there is, I use the word there dash no leaf on the tree. So what would be no leaf? That means no. That means nothing. So here that would come as is. That will be the singular form. So here the next point, what is some nouns which are plural in the form but singular in the meaning. Plural in the form use. The news is false. That's it. In plural form, you are getting many news, but still you are talking news. While the news is there, that means you are getting more and more information for the particular event or incident or accident or something. So here, but still we will say news. What is the news today? We say this. What are the news today? We don't say this. So we consider this one. Economics. Subject is when the though it is showing economics S is a mathematics also is a subject which in the plural form, but still we consider it as the singular. We give it a singular verb. So yes, the wages of sin is death. So here one wages. That means whatever the mistake, the sin you are doing, that sin you have to pay for this. So here that is we are using. So you want according to this plural in form, but singular everything takes singular verb. So the next one slide, which is about a plural noun, which is the name of the country, just like United States. United States. It shows states. As is there, we would consider that it's United States. There are different states. They are united. 50 states are there, I guess. So these 50 states, they form a one country. And what is that? That is United States. So United States is the one country. That means you have to use here the singular verb. Great Expectation is the name of the book. This is the name of the book, and it should be in italic. You should know whenever we write the name of the book, it should be in italic only. You should. This is the rule. That's how you have to write. So it should be in italic, and this is now with the italic words. I would get to know that this is the name of the book. Great Expectation is an interesting. Yesterday we discussed this article, and interesting. It's giving the sound of E. E, if the sound is coming E, then the article will be and. Otherwise, it would be A. Oh. So the Great Expectation is the book. When we are talking whether it has the name in plural form, but still we have to write it in the singular form. And this is also important. The collective noun. Collective noun. What is the yesterday I told what is the collective noun? Collective noun is the group which shows the whole of something. Whole of something like class. Class. What is class? Class. It has students. Number of students. 40 students, 10 students. But still, if in the class there are 10 students, we say class. If there are 40 students, still we are say class. Do not say student 40 and this and class. So your class is the whole. It shows a group. A group of students is called class. A group of people, those that is mob. So here the whole class, the complete class is absent. So it would is the singular. It take the singular verb. Again the mob. Mob is the group of people, and group of people, but still they make a group. So group is there. So that means you have to use singular verb. So I guess you have got to the idea that how could you and where you use the singular verb and where you use the plural verb. But still try to practice because you have options that you can learn grammar through internet. You can learn grammar. If there isn't any book that I could say that you go and just read them. No, you can take the 6th standard grammar. You can take the grammar of 10th level. You can get the but every grammar tells the same thing. So that means you have to focus more and more on the grammar part also to improve your writing skill and even to improve your spoken skill. And for the spoken, I told that you have to focus on the uh, spoken practice. So you as much as the more you will do practice, the more you will learn. So the next one which I'm going to discuss that is a fluency in English, which you know, this is the study material given by the SOL. So this study material is itself a complete set of learning. You have to learn these And you can go through because whatever we had discussed yesterday, university, introducing oneself, how to introduce, we did this one, and the domestic sphere, log and diary entry, and then we read this one, lost word. So you go through and you go through the study material. So here I'm picking up the next very important thing. So what is that? That is RTI, and second one is FIR. So RTI, that is so this is RTI on page number 65. According to this page number 65, this is your study material, Fluency English, and I haven't prepared separate PPT or I haven't taken any more. So, through this study material, I would try to understand what is uh, RTI and RTI. So this is uh, the right to information. The full form is right to information. What is right to information? That means an individual, the government in 2005, it made one act. And what is the act? That is RTI. According to this, any person, what is written there? Any person who is the citizen of India can seek information from a can seek information from a public authority. You can, I have to zoom it. I guess it won't, it's not visible. So I guess now it's visible to all. So here, right to information is an act of the Parliament of India promulgated in 2005. So in 2005, and what is the RTI? RTI is that any person who is a citizen of India can take information from a public authority, a body of government, or instrumentality of the state by filing an application under this act. You can write one application if suppose you want to get the information, like right now during this COVID-19. We are going through the crisis and we are collecting fund also. Certain organizations, they are collecting fund. And there is the biggest, the one fund is the PMO or Prime Minister fund is like this one is there. And if suppose you want to take kind of the information, you can put either. But it's we should not directly to go to that higher level. So it's a, but still at the government at the lower level, if you want to see the basic objective of this is to give the transparency or to check corruption. And if you want to like income tax department or like other department, if you want to seek the information of the particular person, you think that the person has low income, but still the person has the his luxurious using luxurious items a lot, and you consider that there might be something wrong, or the person is involved in some kind of corruption. So is involved in some kind of corruption. So what would happen? So you want to take some information from the government body, from the so you can file one RTI, and this RTI is exactly an application. So what is this application? This is the format that how you would write the application. The situation is given. RTI, write an RTI to MCD of your area asking for information on the funds provided under various heads to the school in your area for the financial year 2018-19. I said that's it. You can this is the right given to the citizen of India, and they seek information from a public authority, and then filing the application. So the person who wants to know about the various funds is given, are given to the school. So he wants to know for the financial year 2018-19. So he would file the application and he would get a response soon. And I think there is. So what is here? First, how to start? Two, the public information officer, MCD Karol Bagh. Because whatever who is you are writing here to the MCD. And to the MCD, so here the Karol Bagh, you have to write a complete address. That is sender's address. This is the standard format of formal writing, formal letter writing. What is that one? First we write the senders. Sorry, this is the that one. Like the first is that one, the sender's address. Then after that you write the date and then you write the receiver's address. So this is the receiver's. Sorry, this is the receiver's address. So this is who is going to tackle uh, your problem, or we can say your query. So this query is going to the Public Information Officer, MCT, Karol Bagh, Delhi. So you have to write the complete address after that salutation. After the salutation, then subject. Subject is important because it would give the overview about the application. So here subject is that request of information under Right to Information Act 2005. See, it's not the fundamental right. It's not given in Constitution, but still we have given this right by the Parliament, and so that we could seek the information. So here I miss I. So how would we start? I, Miss Bharti, daughter of Shri Satish Verma, resident of Karol Bagh, Delhi. Mobile number is given because you are the person who wants you want information, so you have to give your address. You have to give your contact number. Wish to seek information as under. First point, what you are writing? You are writing the you are this is the your logic, that why do you want. So what is this? What is the amount of fund granted to the MCD school located at Tank Road, Prasad Nagar, this one, and head of the financial? How much of the fund allocated under midday meal scheme was spent? So I have hereby informed that the following formalities have been completed by me. So what are these formalities? What is this? That I have deposited requisite fee of rupees 10. So here 10 rupees is the fees to file the RTI, and then of cash or demand, in whatever form you have to apply. If you are applying online or whether you are applying offline, it depends. So favoring MCD Karol Bagh detail system. At the end, the same criteria. The format of formal writing, yours sincerely, then here would come the name. The person who is writing, his name will come here, and then complete details. So this is in your fluency in English. The this material is given. You go through this and you see in detail what are the more details. You can get more details from internet also. You go and check there and you see different kinds of RTIs filed by different people. So next one is what is important. We are talking about FIR. FIR generally. RTI you may hear less, but generally FIR every now and then you hear. So the word FIR is the first information recorded by the police officer. So police officer the record this one or the write the complaint, and the first time the person first information the person who is giving the this complaint against. So that is the person filing the FIR is expected to mention the date, time, basic facts, and details of the offense. And also, offense means any kind of crime, or crime could be. It depends. It's the severity that it's offense, and also they are accused, if not accused, the person who has done a kind of crime, but you don't know right now that he has exactly done. He is not guilty. Until he is guilty, he is accused. So on the person you are making allegations, you are putting allegations, that person is called as accused. After going the case into the court, and after that the person is proved that he has done this crime or not, after that the person is guilty, otherwise he is accused. This is the first step in all civil and criminal prosecutions. So this is the format. According to the format, FIR must include the following items: police station name, district, these two, and then personal details of the complaint, the person complainant, the person who is giving the who is complaining there. So whose name, then his complete details, his name, father's name or husband's name, it depends on. So address, phone number, place of occurrence where the incident has occurred. That means distance from the station, direction from the station, and third point. These 2 points, they come under this one. Where it happened, place of occurrence. You know, it also uh, come under the particular area. You know, area-wise police stations are divided, and if the crime has done this, then you have to go this police station, and then you have to go this. So there are certain issues also. Sometimes we face, we see that people say that this crime happened. I went there to the police station, but the cop, he did not, or she did not write a complaint. And what was the on what the excuse is that it doesn't come under its jurisdiction. So there are certain changes are done in this, but it depends that where you have to file the complaint, where the incident as generally where the incident has occurred, you have to go to the police station of the particular area. And then the next thing is that offense. Offense, nature of offense, what kind of the crime, thefting, murder, rape, etc. Or what kind of the nature of offense. Particulars of property. In case one has got stolen, like your purse got stolen, your bag got stolen, even the things from your house are stolen. So you can, it depends on the particulars that what is missing is missing. Your purse, if your purse is missing, in the purse, what the items you had kept, and you needed those, how much important, and you can give the descriptions of those, what kind of the color, what the, all these things. So your description of the accused to describe, you can know directly that this person has stolen or taken the, suppose take the example of mobile. You know, you are in the crowded area, and someone has taken out the mobile from your pocket, and you got to know that the mobile, this person has taken this, taken out. So what would happen? You cannot even, you can say that what you have done, but the person can deny that I haven't done. You haven't any proof. So what would you do? If you know the accused, that this person was there, he was standing beside me, and this happened, this. So you can give the description of the accused. Details of witness, if someone is there, first witness is the scene, then you can give the details of the scene. Complaint, briefly lay down the facts regarding the incident reported in an accurate way. So briefly lay down the facts. You have to write the facts, but not in briefly, so that your application concisely would make it understand that what are the nature of complaint, who is the accused according to you, or where it happens. All these facts you have to give in brief. So what is the important thing is given here? You should make 2 copies of application. 1 copy for the police station record, and the second copy for the your own record. So here, this is the sample. So what is the sample here? Your purse. The situation is given. Your purse has vanished. Then walking to the market in your locality, file an FIR at the local police station. So the format is already I've discussed here. This is the format. You have to follow this format, and accordingly you have to write here. So what is the first sample FIR? Applicant's name, husband or father's name, contact details. You have to give date, and to whom you are giving. See, this is the general criteria that like it's the standard format of the formal letter writing. How would you write the sender's address? Then afterwards, you have to write the date. Afterwards, after the one line space, you have to write the receiver's address. Then you have to write subject, salutation, the body of the letter at the end, complimentary closure, yours faithfully, sincerely, something, and then you have to conclude. So we are following. This is the formal letter. It's a complaint, but still it's a letter. In the, so here, first this is sender's address. Who is giving the filing the complaint? So second one is the date. One line space, you have to write date. And in the letter format, this is always that you have to write in extended form date, like January, or this is May 13, comma 2020. So in this way you have to write. To the police station, police officer in charge, address of the local police, complete address where you are giving this application, and then subject, mention your subject, your lost document, whatever the is there. So you have to give every detail there in the subject, and then you start with the respective sir. I would like to bring the following facts to your kind notice. For this, I have kind notice. You just start in this way. After that, you give the details of the document or the things you have lost. You should give the details, and then at the end you have to conclude this one. I seek your help and request to kindly register my FIR in the subject matter. You, for your ready reference, I enclose here with a copy of ID proof. You have to give your ID proof because this would give the where you reside and whether your ID is important here. So hope you will do needful favorably at the earlier times. And this is these lines will say as the complementary closure. So in this way you can close your letter or application or complaint. So here, thanks and regards, your sincerely, your signature and your name. So one is I've written here like an application which I've taken from the internet. So here, see what is the sample, applied sample, the same one which I already have discussed, that you have to put the details of everything, the date and the police. This is the where you have to write the, or you have to lodge the complaint, and then subject, which already I have discussed. But what I said that there was a there was blank space. So what the important details you have put over there? What are these? That while traveling, you have to give the name of the place. While traveling from Karol Bagh to Rajendra, Rajendra Palace, or something else, you have to give the name that what was the journey and what is the destination, whatever. And so then how did you commute? And then how I have lost my original this one. These are the details you have to write here. Number, then along with the documents, all these things you have to mention over there. So to avoid my, why you have to give this one also. Why you want to file the complaint, sir, to avoid my any misuse of my above document or the thing. I seek your help and request you to kindly register my FR with the subject. And after that, for your ready reference, I enclose. Here, this is also the way you can write in this way also your application to the police station, to the police, and then it will be concluded in the same manner. Hope you will do the needful at the earliest. So, these unit 4, we have the one, and unit 3, we had, or I would like to give you overview of the literature part also. So first I would start with the Amal Kanti by Nirendra Nath Chakrabarti. So this is the part of your syllabus. So here I'm starting with the poem, and the poem is this. So this is the poem. This is Amal Kanti by Nirendra Nath Chakrabarti. Originally, this poem is written in Bengali, but it was translated by Sujit Mukherjee and Meenakshi Mukherjee. See here, yesterday I told that you will not get direct question from your textbooks. Textbooks are prescribed so that you can get readily that how the any writing we can it's related to our present, our society, and how that you can analyze it critically, or you can apply in the present scenario, and then you have to analyze the words so that you could get familiar the way of writing, or also you can get the issues. Those are taken in the poem or in the other writing piece. So you can understand those, but directly no question will come here. You may get, after reading this poem, you may get what do you know about the character Amal Kanti. So the question would, what I said, the question would like this, that you read the poem. See, the examiner can ask you this kind of question. You read the poem Amal Kanti. And from this poem, what kind of the figure or character you find Amal Kanti is. So what is your view? You write your views in your diary entry, or you can also be given, write an mail to your friend. Situation is the same about Amal Kanti, or you can also can be asked the question by the examiner that you create one paragraph that like also you will get that one is diary. I think you can write an informal letter to your friend describing the character or the and how the people they have their own like thinking to rise in the in traditionally what kind of the what we say that they want to their career to. So here you can express different in a different mode. The examiner can ask you the question. So they could create the situation according to the poem, according to the character, according to the things are given in the book or in the poem. So here, what I'm reading, the Amal Kanti is Amal Kanti is about a boy who is studying, who now he is working as a printer. So, but still, when it was the time when he was in the school, and he has when he was in the school and he had with his friends, so he generally remained lost in his own world. So whenever somebody asked that to his classmates what would he would like to be and what they would like to be, so the other friends of him, so what they said that it was traditionally someone wanted to be a doctor, someone wanted to be a teacher, someone wanted to be a lawyer. And when it was the turn of Amal Kanti and what he was asked what he would like to be, want to become. So what he said that he would like to become um, a light. What kind of light? A pure light, like the sunlight, which we see after the rain and at the while the it was almost the sun setting. That means he wanted to. He said that he wanted to spread or smile on the faces of the people. So see, he has not a traditional way of thinking. What he wanted to take any profession in his career. He did not want to like lawyer or teacher or doctor or something, but he wanted to be a light. So, and his friend, they would feel pity on him because he was during his class, while the class was going on. So he would not be able to answer, but still they feel for him, pity for him. So still, but ultimately at the end of the poem. So see, the irony is here. He wanted to be a light, but at the end he became a printer who would work in dark, and so it's a quite opposite situation, but still what he there is a kind of optimism in the poem. So what is that he drops in now and then to silly chats about this and that. Here the poet, what the poet is telling, that after becoming a printer, after taking this job, so rest of the classmates of the poet except Amal Kanti. So they are busy in their personal life, in their business, in their work, in their jobs. But this is the only character, Amal Kanti, who would drop now and then to see me chats about this and that over a cup of tea. When he gets up to go, I see him off the door. The one among us who is a teacher could easily have become a doctor. See, sometimes this happens. You want to be a teacher, or you want to be a doctor, you want to be an engineer. So generally, there are few cases that they achieved their goal. That somebody wanted to be a doctor, he became. Someone wanted to be a teacher, he or she became. But generally, it happens. Even you would have listened some celebrities or politicians also, or someone also, that I wanted to be this, but I came in this profession by chance. I did not know that this was the talent hidden in me or something. So here he says, the poet says that those who wanted to be teacher, they could easily have become a doctor. Who wanted to be a teacher could become doctor. Who wanted to be a doctor could become teacher, or different way, whatever. So, but the all of us got more or less whatever they wanted. They have got whether it's more or less, but still they have become something in there. That means they have taken the profession not very high, but still to the lower level. But still they have achieved their target, not fully that target which they wanted, but still. But here, except Amal Kanti. Amal Kanti, who used to think so much about sunlight that he wanted to become. See, this is the irony. The person who wants to become sunlight. And ultimately, his career ended up as a printer and who is working in the dark area. So here, that like the situation, but still, this person has no complaint. He is happy. He would go to see his friend, the poet, his friend. He would go to his friend and then have a cup of tea, enjoy there, but still he is trying to spread smile on the face of his friend or his faces of his friends. So we can take it otherwise that it doesn't happen that this happened with this character also, Amal Kanti, that what he wanted to be he couldn't become, but other his classmates, what they wanted to become, they might not have become what they wanted, but still they have achieved something, but still he is happy in his life. So here the tone of the poem is something like hopeful or like optimist mystic, and here you can one more question I can say that you can the examiner can put you one question I'm just giving, not this question will come that I'm giving that why you should read your text. You should read your text. Examiner may ask you that suppose you are in the position of Amal Kanti and you wanted to be sunlight, but you couldn't become and you have taken up certain other job. So write your experiences. Write your experiences in the diary entry. So you can, I guess, if you have read the poem, you have understood the character, you can write it very easily. Even you can like the next one which I'm taking about, that is Demiana. Demiana, it is a graphic novel, and the graphic novel, and it is the Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar's speeches which he had written on. It is one of the it's a those speeches they are converted into the form of a graphic novel. And what exactly is graphic novel, which I would like to tell you. So here again I'm coming to this document, and here I've written certain points of the graphic novel. Exactly, the graphic novel is that which completes, which uh, yeah. So what makes a graphic novel? The term graphic novel is applied broadly. It applies broadly to all things, whether fiction, non-fiction, or any anthologised work. But we say it as graphic novel. So of this, it's in the form of it has a story. It is a novel, but still via illustrations. That means it is the pictures would be there like comics. So comics are slightly different, and I would tell you the difference between comics and the graphic novels. So here, the first of all, what is a graphic novel? That's a complete story through illustrations. The pictures were, you can see the pictures and you can see the dialogues written in the form of, in the like cloud shape, or like in the dialogue box you see in the comics, and you can read this and here, but still it is the lengthy, what we say, it's a lengthier. And one thing is that what we talk about comics, the comics is it has a slight difference. What is that? Graphic novels are longer than comic books. They correlate more closely with full-length novels, while comic books are correlate more closely with the short stories. So here, what is comics? We can see the short stories in this, but these are the longer than comic book. But the main difference is here also one is that individual graphic novel stands alone as a story, and comics, they are series of they come in the form of series. If you have not read the previous earlier series, so you would not be able to find what the currently you are reading this one. So that's why you have to see the earlier series, then you would be able to understand what the character is, what the incident is going on, and what is happening, what kind of narrative is there. So all these things you will understand only, and so that's why there are some publishers, what they do, they compile all the series together and they would like to sell it in the form of the books, so that whatever you have to read, you first go through those and then you come to the film. Otherwise, those are uh, also have described with pictures, and they also have story, but story is the shorter, but novel is the kind of comedy. So here there are certain kinds of the the important thing is again is that it's a graphic novels are fusion of art and literature. They are the fusion of art and literature. That means pictures, then you see the like bubbles or cloud shape. Then you can write your the dialogues is there. So these are the certain examples of Moss. I think this has the one, the Pulitzer Prize, and this one. So these are two names. These are just two names. So of the novels, of graphic novels. So here, so I'll now switch to your fluency in English, and there Vinyana character. Here it is the incident. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. When he completed his graduation uh, from Columbia University, and uh, India, and then he wanted to go to Baroda, where his who had sponsored a Maharaja who had sponsored his education, and his so he after so he owing to that he wanted to serve and to repay his obligations to the king, so to the Maharaja. So it is what I again want to tell you, that this book I've taken this one from the. First of all, what I would tell you, the book, it is divided into four books. In four books. So, what are these books? First, like this is the second part, that is shelter. Shelter is the second part, and here you are reading here in the book, that is shelter, the second book. So, I guess now it's visible, like here it's visible to all. So the background already this I would share with you. So here, dedication and forward. So the first book, it is divided in different sections, and it is divided by book wise. Like chapter one, so here it is book one. So chapter two, it is book two, chapter three, book three, and book four. So first start, that is water. Second, which this is the part which we are, which is given, which is prescribed to you to in your syllabus. So shelter we will discuss here. I'll discuss this shelter, and then third part is travel, and the next one is the art of Juliana. But the novel, it starts with the yes. So the what is written here, that is a graphic biography of Bhimrao Ambedkar. So published in 2011, and by this publisher, and was hailed and being on the among the top five political comic books. It was created by artists. These are the artists who had given it shape, and they had provided them its art and other that it depicts the experiences of caste discrimination. This is the theme of the book, that is caste discrimination. All of you know about this Dalit literature, and all of us know about Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, that he struggled for Dalits, for weaker section. So, and we know all this thing very well. And the caste discrimination and resistance. So, this book depicts the experiences of caste discrimination and resistance that Dr. Ambedkar recorded in his autobiographical illustration, later compiled and edited in Baba Saheb Ambedkar writings and these. So this book, in the book, what kind of the art is given? The art is given that corn art. Corn art is a tribal related to the tribal painting, and it's from the Madhya Pradesh tribal area, or the what we say them Adivasi also. So it is the corn art. So here, so I have to what I said that when 19 returned in India, and he wanted to serve his Maharaja who sponsored his here. He had like he had a passenger like who is sitting beside him, and he is trying one conversation with the person. He was from Brahmin caste, so he thought that the way Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar had dressed up, or obviously he was well educated person. So from his physical appearance, the person took for him as the Brahmin. So, but he started to make it the conversation with him. So, in between, he discussed with him that his son was not interested in the studies at all. So, he wanted that Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar would give him some lesson, or so that he could also, so that he would learn, he would be educated. But at that time, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, he wanted to say that he was just started telling that he was not a Brahmin, but he stopped at the word B-R-A-H, Brah. So he thought that he is in India, because in India caste matters a lot. So he is in India. That means he should be careful. He should not disclose everything. Otherwise, he would be despised of, and he was aware of the caste discrimination and humiliation and the struggle faced by the people these Dalits. So he wanted to tell him. So, but he stopped. Then he reached. Then he went Baroda. So second section is that he went Baroda, and there again he faced a certain problem. So what is that the problem? That he wanted to stay. Wanted like because he wanted to work, and he had no one over there, so that he could stay someone's house. So he decided to take shelter in or take a lodge in a hotel. So the hotel, it belonged to the Hindu caste person. So the person, that means upper caste person. The person, he denied him. So ultimately, so what he was not able to find any place to stay. So then he went to the Parsi hotel. So he thought that they won't mind, because that of him being the Dalit. So he went there, and he said him that he wanted a room in the hotel, but still ultimately the man also denied. But after certain constantly following the person, so he got one room in the Parsi hotel. But after 3 4 days, a few people from Parsi background, they came, and they made him to go out to leave the place. So he had to leave the place, and then Then he thought that he would go to his one of his Parsi friend, Christian friend, so he would not mind of it. So he went, but he also did not let him let him stay in his house because he knew and that he should not give him the place to live. Otherwise, he would face some problem. See here, his Christian friend uses the excuse. What the excuse he used here? He uses the excuse of his wife to turn him away. That she would mind this one and she would not let him stay over there. So he would not, and he claims that his wife is orthodox and not liberal. His wife is orthodox and not orthodox is that the person who follow their religious their religion ardently, that they do not want to compromise with the norms of their religion. So that she would not let him. So what he says, what is ironical here, that both these friends first expressed his shock and after that they denied him. So afterward he decided to go to the part scene, but he was also thrown out from there. So ultimately he went to his another friend. So he was from Parsi background, but he also did not agree to give him the shelter or give him the place to stay. So ultimately, he had to leave the place. And what he said also partial Hindu Christian. So he had to turn down many well-paid. So ultimately, he faced the problem and he had to leave the place. So he went there. So this is the problem which he faced. So if you there is one book, Annihilation of Caste. That is the Annihilation of Caste. That is Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar's speeches. They are written, which he wanted to deliver, but he couldn't. So those are there. So if you have interest, you must read that book also, and you would would get some idea that what is Dalit literature. So uh, I cannot give in more details. So I guess this is sufficient for you to understand. See the what kind of the questions you can see in the exam. So here, see I already have told you that this is a wonderful study material. If you go through this one, you need not any teacher. These are the books. The way the study material is prepared, you feel like you are in the real classroom and you are face to face dealing with your class teacher. So I would suggest. Yesterday told the same thing. Again, I am suggesting you go through the book. You will get the whole idea about the exam. Exam would be there. You will get the idea. Even the textbooks. I get the even the book which is a squiggle gets stuck all about model sentences, which I discussed yesterday. You go and you will find the parts of speech how well they are described by the character squiggle to the doodles dude who was not able to come out of the Oxford dictionary. He got stuck there, but ultimately she helped him to frame the sentences, and then he was able to come out. But ultimately he denied to come out. Why? Because he said that he enjoyed the place because he had been there for last 10 years. So now he enjoyed the place. So he is enjoying the place. So he did not want to leave it. So ultimately, you will get the idea that how these books will help you to polish your skill. So here the question is given that Facebook is an online social networking site. Facebook post is a comment, picture, or other media. You know all of you that what is Facebook, and many of you are using this. So Facebook friends. So what is the given? Take any newspaper item on Dalit atrocity and write a Facebook post. But see, when you are writing the Facebook post, so here it is given that get one newspaper and you see the article or news from that one and then you write on the post. But while you are writing, yesterday I told in the public place, you should not use any derogatory kind of language, that language which is not acceptable by the society, and you should give the general overview. Do not write anything which would land you in trouble. So always try to write in a general way, because right now you are in the stage where you do not know what you have to write and what not. So I suggest whatever you are writing, write it in general sense and that nobody can object it. Second, Twitter. You can handle Twitters also. You know that's the word limit or something. So see, this is also people maintain a diary to keep the records. So these kinds of the question will come to your in your exam. So record diary record on only for their daily activities, but more importantly of their thoughts, feeling, and this is diary entry. You can write your the diary. Have you experienced discrimination based on gender, caste, or religion, something? So make a diary entry. So these kind of the question would come your exam in your exam. Follow this study material seriously and go through this one. You will get the idea how to perform your exam well, and focus to your grammar, focus to your study material, and try to read the books. After reading the textbook, you read the explanation, and after reading the explanation, you would be able to understand the understand the exactly how you have to handle your exam. How would you increase your writing skill? How would you enhance your like spoken skill and everything. So practice, do study, and now it's the time to take some questions. So I guess I can take some questions. Yesterday I was not able because I did not find the option, but I guess if I find and if there are some questions, I can get from here. Here. So can I take some questions? Okay. So I'll try to find some questions. Okay. So here, one question is there that someone has given. Ma'am, book name suggest karo please. See, I told the study material is Fluency English, that is sufficient. But the books, this is but the books, the textbooks, you can read the textbooks, and after that, you must read the explanation given in the study material. You will get the idea of that one. As such, there isn't any particular book because the UGC or whatever who is the concerned authority, it has the basic motive of this is to inculcate the reading habit or the to develop the critical thinking of the students or to give them the skill to deal with public places and also to make you understand and to read literature. So only through these you can understand, you can know the how to improve your writing skill, how to improve your public speaking skill, how to improve your public writing skill and from the former like blog or in the form of blog or the diary entry. So as such, there isn't any particular book, but still the textbooks which are prescribed, you can get some PDF to net. So online you can get some, or e-books are also available. You can get those texts and try to read those and then follow the explanation of the study material. So next question, someone has asked me, कि paper, what is the English का paper कितने marks का है? So it's a 75 marks. And ma'am, can you refer any book related to English fluency? See, mostly students have asked the same question, that the name of the book. So name of the book, I cannot suggest any name because we haven't as such any book. But I said try to find the textbook online and read them. So and the grammar, you can see which during the lecture I told you that the grammar, you can see grammar even in the like your sixth standard grammar books. You would have the books. If you at least you have studied English till 10th class. So I guess you would have those English grammar books. So you consult them. You try to understand them, and even you have lots of options online also. So you can take some kind of test, online test to improve your grammar, and plus the writing skill, job application, or these formats are given. And but now it's up to you. How would you develop your writing skill? The more you would write, the more you would get the good writing skill. So the only thing is that you have to focus in your writing. Daily write one paragraph. Write think about something. What do you want to write? And after that, try to write whatever comes to your mind. Write it. And after that, if you find some suitable person that who could read it or edit it, so give the person and then revise your the paragraph or any topic which you have taken, that one, and again you do some changes, you edit this one, and then you would come at the end with a wonderful passage or wonderful paragraph. So, but this is not this won't happen in one day. You have to practice daily. You inculcate the habit of writing blog. Just you write in the notebooks. Don't post right now. I would suggest you don't post don't to the blog. So here, just write them, keep them in diary, keep them in the keep them in your like a rough draft in your notebook, and daily take one like topic, and then you write and revise and edit it and make it habit. Because right now you have sufficient time. We are not going anywhere. We are staying at home, and we all of us have much time to develop our writing skill, or like, and even now you have the facility that you are not going for the classes also for PCT and something. So this is also benefit. You have to just, I suggest you to start writing. So ma'am, can you refer any book? All the questions are same, any book. So I'll see some more questions. See, all these questions are of the same nature. Okay. Again, ma'am, can you refer any book related to, all the students have asked, ma'am, exam mein ऐसे आता hai. You know, it depends on whatever the syllabus you go through that one. If it comes, you should have what you don't know that what would come. If it would come, you at least if you are developing your writing skill, so definitely when it would come, then you would be able to write your answer. So don't bother with whether law comes or whether this one, whatever it comes, that you have the good writing skill. You just write, and essay writing is not difficult at all. Just you need some facts, and if you have good facts in your hand and you are aware with the present scenario, or you are aware with the society, or the society, and then you would be able to write essay. Will be able to write even but the only need is that you need to know what is the format. How would you give the physical shape to this one? So you need to know that one. Next question is, मैम एग्जाम पैटर्न से राइटिंग सेक्शन के बारे में थोड़ा कुछ बता दे, like report, etc. Already I have discussed all these things. Tomorrow I would have the last session. So at the end, the question paper, which is even at the end of your study material, I will discuss that one. So you will get the idea that how would the questions would be there and how you have to tackle those. So I'll definitely would try my best to give you idea, even if you want to report writing format. So I would give you, but as such, there isn't given in your study like your syllabus. It's not given your syllabus, but still, if you want, I can give you the idea. Letter writing, which we have discussed today, the FIR. So FIR is also a part of the letter writing. It's a formal letter. The same format, you have to follow the same format. So I guess there won't be any problem. Only if you want, then I can again give you the format of letter writing tomorrow. So here, ma'am, if we study from semester study in the field, will it be enough? Yes, again and again. I'm giving stress to it. You do study. You must do study. And it's not enough, but you have to explore more and more books also. Whatever is given in your study material, it's a kind of help. It's a kind of assistance to you. So I would suggest you, apart from your study material, consult grammar books. Try to read more and more textbooks. Try to read some like classic literature, and try to read short stories. Try to read picture stories and graphic novels. So all these things would help you. Only you should not rely only on the study material. Study material is the help, basic help to you. So for that purpose, you have to just the study material is giving you the the like of overview that how your exam would be there, how you have to write the blog, how would you write diary entry. But ultimately, this is your part that you have to play honestly, be truthful toward your studies, and daily write something. Whether and format, if you once you have learned the format, there won't be any problem. But basic thing is writing improve your writing skill. So, ma'am, please give us example of all topics, please. What kind of examples? I don't know. Like, do you want to? So, almost I've given the examples of all topics. Like yesterday, we did noun. I gave examples from that. We did prepositions. I gave that one also example from there. Even we did modals. So I gave example from there also. But this is we have limited time, so it's not possible, and grammar is not limited, and it's a vast whenever you consult a new book, you'll find the new examples. So more and more books you have to see, more and more activities, worksheets also you can follow on the internet, so you can get the examples from there. So next question, I guess what else mostly questions are about the book. And now again, one more question I'm getting. The slide you are discussing is not visible to audience. Please change it. I don't know when Sandra told me. So at that time I had taken this one. So anonymous, yes, ma'am, your screen is not visible. Ma'am, if it was not visible, then there was a technical issue. So maybe somewhere maybe it's a technical issue, but from my side, I have shared this one. And if you need this one, I would, yesterday I told that I would request to SOL administrative department that they can also help me to, I would share with them. If they want, then I can share this. So, I guess all the questions are over. So, I cannot see the slide. It is visible. Is the series slide. Okay. So, ma'am, I guess I had shared all the slides, ma'am. So, next one is, yes, Dr. Seema, ma'am, I had shared my all slides. And if the slides were not visible, I guess it's some technical issues. So, but my share screen was on, ma'am. So, next one is screen was stopped at one place. Yeah, so basically, there isn't any other questions regarding the syllabus. So I still have 5 minutes, and if you want me to revise any slide, I can revise. I can repeat the slide. Please write down the comment or question answer. I can share the slide, and I can repeat this one. So if anyone has some issues or some kind of problem in seeing the slide, or if you want to know something about the content, you can also. But at the end, and still, if you want, then I can discuss with you the question paper. That is, though I said I would discuss tomorrow, but still we have time, so we can discuss. So total, see, the maximum mark, this is the question from December 2019. So like maximum marks 35 sorry 75 marks, 3 hour duration. So first of all, you will get the unseen passage. From the unseen passage, you will get certain questions which you have to, first of all, you have to read the passage. But there is always how you read the passage, this comes to your mind. So first of all, go through the passage and then reread the passage, and then underline the important words, and after underline the important statements, and then come again to your questions. What are the questions? You read the questions. How is the, say, if I have read this passage once, and then second time I have underlined some important points, and after that, while I will read the questions. So at that point, how you would be able to see the answers from your passage. So see, how is mobile phone like a word in our pocket? Do that. So here, total write short answers to the following questions. So right now you have 5 questions, 2 marks each. So total 10 marks question from the passage 1. Then again from the same passage, 5 marks questions. They are find the words in the passage that mean the same as the following. That means you have to find the synonyms from the passage. Astonishing, mental or emotional strain, advantageous. So you just go through the passage and then try to find the synonyms, and then you will be able to find the answers from the, but you have to give the synonyms from your passage only, and you should not give from the outer, from the other sources. So here again, see, the total marks for the passage is 15 marks question will be there. And then second question, see what we already have done, that on the basis of the reading of the above passage, make notes. This will I discuss tomorrow, that how would you write notes, and after that maybe here I think you have to write only those. Otherwise, what we there is only additional question with this, is that write the summary in 80 words or 100 words. That it was the part of, sorry, it's a part of the CBSE curriculum. So there also the students, they would have to write the notes, and after that they have to write the summary. But here you have to given only, you have to write only the notes, make notes. So tomorrow I would take this one, and tomorrow I'll present a slide on, you will be able to get familiar that how would you write the notes. Next one is write a review of a horror film that you recently watched, or a review of a horror film. So you know, yeah, this is all, this will with the part of the unit 5, and there tomorrow we will discuss the book review, the movie review, and then this question is related to the unit 5. So here write a review of book. This is also from unit 5. You witnessed a case of road rage while coming home from college. Write an FI. Today we discussed this thing. So write an FIR. See, write an FIR. Yesterday we did articles, and what I said, and where we have to write, where the sound of vowels A, E, I, O, U, its a sound would come there, only then you have to write the article and. Here F is there. This is consonant, but still it is giving the sound of and of a vowel. So here and FIR, F. Fur, we are not using the word fur. Form word is not there. Form is not there. This is FI. So that's why there is and. So see, you can relate. Say whatever we read, so always you will face that. You try to analyze the things, that how article has come here, how you have to write the other, use the other parts of speech in a particular tense or passage or somewhere. So you witnessed, so what here, you witnessed a case of road rage while coming home from college. Write an FIR sharing all the relevant information about the incident. See, today we have done this one. So the format, you know, you practice the format, try to write a certain, write an FIR, and you just choose any one topic, or you choose the situation, and according to the situation. Nowadays, yeah, there are so many situations, like we are going through this COVID-19 crisis. So you would see that the people, they are not following the norms of the government. They are not, some people are not following social distancing. So if you find someone that the person, even the government has prohibited spitting in public place. If you find that someone, I can give you the situation. If you find that someone he is not following social distancing, he is playing with his friends, so you can write an FIR, but you should not, but you write an FIR. So this is the situation, and you just note it down. You will see how to write the facts, how to organize the facts in the logical manner, and then you have to follow the this format, and according to the format, you should write the question, write the FIR. Next question is here. You are dissatisfied with the marks you scored in previous semester. Write an RTI. See what I said. This is the right which is given by the government, that you can seek information from the government, from the public government bodies. So here, see, you are dissatisfied that you had done very good question paper, you had attempted your paper well, and you think that you could have got good marks, maybe above 80, but you have not, you have just come to 40 marks. So you find it. So you can write an RTI, you can write the RTI to the concerned department that you want to know the the marks or evaluation criteria, so you can get it. So these are the very relevant situation to the present scenario. So you can, you will be given any situation. So be ready for that. So accordingly, I guess you can write the RTI. Next question is that annual day Facebook post. You know how to write a Facebook post, but it should be in general way. It should have it should have good language, formal language. Do not use abusive language or any derogatory kind of language. So here, write a tweet. Tweet also, you know, it's a trend. And we are right now following the social media because we are together because of this social media. We are so social, we are physically distant, but we are following this, we are together because of this social. The more we are using social media, we are feeling connected. So here, write a diary entry about the first day at a new job. Yesterday we discussed diary entry. So here, what is this? That you went, this is your first new job. It's a new job and you first day. Okay. So what did you experience there? You felt kind of nervous. You made some friends, and how did your boss behave there? So how did our colleagues behave? So all these kind of experiences you can note down your diary. Format is given yesterday, so you can easily maintain this one. If you are following the format and if you are getting the lecture seriously, if you are taking the notes and you are applying you are uh, using certain skills to write effectively, so definitely you would be able to get good marks. Out of 10, at least you can get 8 or something. So next blog we have discussed as well yesterday. So the situation is given. Write a blog about a vacation you recently took with your family. So vacation you went with your families at some places, either abroad or in India or somewhere. So you can write that how did you enjoy and what kind of the place is there. General information plus your experience. You can add this one, and so it is blog is not totally personal. So when you are posting it on the public platform, so that means you have to maintain some norms or etiquettes which we discussed yesterday. So now I guess almost we are concluding the session. So now I'm coming back to. So tomorrow we will I'm taking your unit test, and whatever the doubts will be there regarding the first unit, second unit, third unit, and fourth unit, plus your fifth unit. Whatever will be the doubts, we will discuss tomorrow. Plus one one story is left, so I would discuss that one tomorrow. So all of you, all the best. Do your studies and do your best. Be honest with your studies, try to write something important and decide topics, improve your writing skills, try to speak, and practice a lot. This is my suggestion, and stay home, stay safe. So that's all.